Hey, how are you? I'm going to read from John Eldredge's book, Wild at Heart. I'm going to be on page 46. Page 46, this is called Our Fear. I spent 10 years of my life in the theater as an actor and director. They were the most part joyful years. I was young and energetic and pretty good at what I did. My wife was part of the theater company I managed, and we had many close friends there. I tell you this so that you will understand what I am about to reveal. In spite of the fact that my memories of theater are nearly all happy ones, I keep having this recurring nightmare. This is how it goes. I suddenly find myself in a theater, a large Broadway-style playhouse, the kind every actor aspires to play. The house lights are low and the stage lights are full, so from my position on stage I can barely make out the audience, but I sense it is a full house. Standing room only. So far so good. Actors love playing to a full house, but I'm not loving the moment at all. I am paralyzed with fear. A play is underway and I've got a crucial part, but I have no idea what play it is. I don't know what part I'm supposed to be playing. I don't know my lines. I don't even know my cues. This is every man's deepest fear. To be exposed, to be found out, to be discovered as an imposter and not really a man. The dream has nothing to do with acting. That's just the context for my fear. You have yours. A man bears the image of God and his strength, not so much physically but soulfully. Regardless of whether or not he knows the biblical account, if there's one thing a man does know, he knows he is made to come through. Yet he wonders, can I? Will I? When the going gets rough, when it really matters, will he pull it off? For years my soul lived in this turmoil. I'd often wake in the morning with an anxiousness that had no immediate source. My stomach was frequently tied in knots. One day my dear friend Brent asked, "What do you do now that you don't act anymore?" I realized at that moment that my whole life felt like a performance, like I am always on. I felt in every situation that I must prove myself again. After I spoke or taught a class, I'd hang on what others would say, hoping they would say that it all went well. Each counseling session felt like a new test. Can I come through again? Was my last success all that I had? One of my clients got a great promotion and a raise. He came in depressed. Good grief, I thought. Why? Every man longs to be praised and paid well on top of it. He confessed that although the applause felt great, he knew it only set him up for a bigger fall. Tomorrow he'd have to do it all over, hit the ball out of the park again. Every man feels that the world is asking him to be something he doubts very much he has it in him to be. This is universal. I have yet to meet an honest man who won't admit it. Yes, there are many dense men who are wondering what I'm talking about. For them, life is fine and they're doing great. Just wait. Unless it's really and truly a reflection of genuine strength, it's a house of cards, and it'll come down sooner or later. Anger will surface, or an addiction, headaches, an ulcer, or maybe even an affair. Honestly, how do you see yourself as a man? Are words like strong, passionate, and dangerous words you would choose? Do you have courage to ask those in your life what they think of you as a man? What words do you fear they would choose? I mentioned the film Legends of the Fall, how every man who's seen it wants to be Tristan, but most see themselves as Alfred or Samuel. I've talked to many men about the film Braveheart, and though every single one of them would love to be William Wallace, the dangerous warrior hero, most see themselves as Robert the Bruce, the weak, intimidated guy who keeps folding under pressure. I love to think of myself as Indiana Jones. I'm afraid I'm more like Woody Allen. The comedian Garrison Keillor wrote a very funny essay on this in the Book of Guys. Realizing one day that he was not being honest about himself as a man, he sat down to make a list of his strengths and weaknesses. Useful things I can do. Be nice, make a bed, dig a hole, write books, sing alto or bass, read a map, drive a car. Useful things that I think I can't do. Chop down big trees and cut them into lumber or firewood. Handle a horse, train a dog, or tend a herd of animals. Handle a boat without panicking the others. Throw a fastball, curve, or slider. Load, shoot, and clean a gun or bow and arrow, or use either of them or a spear, net, snare, boomerang, or blowgun to obtain meat. Defend myself with my bare hands. Keeler confesses, maybe it's okay report card for a person, but I don't know any persons for a guy. It's not good. A woman would go down the list and say, what does it matter if a guy can handle a boat, throw a curveball, bag a deer, throw a left hook? This is 1993, but that's a womanly view of manhood. Craig and I were joking about this as we hacked our way through grizzly-infested woods in Alaska. The only other guys we met all day were a group of locals on their way out. They looked like something out of a Soldier of Fortune magazine. Sawed-off shotguns, pistols, bandoliers of ammo slung across their chests, huge knives. They were ready. They had what it takes, and we had a whistle. I'm serious. That's what we brought for our dangerous trek through the wild, a whistle. Talk about a couple of pansies. Craig confessed, me? What can I really do? I mean, really, I know how to operate a fax machine. That's how most men feel about their readiness to fight, to live with risk, to capture the beauty. We have a whistle. You see, even though the desires are there for a battle to fight, an adventure to live, and a beauty to rescue, even though our boyhood dreams once were filled with those things, we don't think we're up to it. Why don't men play the man? Why don't they offer their strength to a world desperately in need of it? For two simple reasons. We doubt very much that we have any real strength to offer, and we're pretty certain that if we did offer what we have, it wouldn't be enough. Sometimes some things has gone wrong and we know it. What happened to us? The answer is partly back in the story of mankind and partly in the details of each man's story. Alright, that is titled Our Fear. That's page 46 to page 50. Alright, see you all later. Bye. Hope you enjoyed that.